Hey, you YouTube and Snapchat and fuckers, welcome back to another installment of your favorite fucking show. The one thing that gets you through the week, that's right, the Friday wrap-up. And man, have I got a show today. Whew, it's been one hell of a week. One hell of a week. So, before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. I am drinking a Rum Old-Fashioned. Now, let me explain this, okay? Because this is like a new fucking thing. So, you know, Old Fashions for me, typically it's a whiskey cocktail. Usually something you have in the fall when the weather gets a little chilly, you get the little nip in the air, you know, that type of thing. And rum for me, I'm not a big rum drinker, you know what I mean? I like a certain rum cocktail here and there, you know, usually in the summer like a daiquiri, a mojito, pina colada, but it's for most part not the biggest rum drinker in the world. But that doesn't mean I will not fashion a cocktail out of it. So, you know, I was in the liquor store a couple days ago, and they have those pre-made cocktails, and I saw something that caught my eye. It was a Rum Old-Fashioned, and I said, I never thought of making a fucking old-fashioned with rum. I usually make it with whiskey. So I says, you know what, I'm going to go home and fucking play around with this. Now, I'm known for making like one of the best old-fashions you're ever going to have. Now, to make an old-fashioned, real fucking simple, okay? Well, people tend to overcomplicate this drink. It's a very old drink. It's now making a resurgence. So, very simple. You take a cherry and an orange segment. You put it in the bottom of a rocks glass. You add a bar spoon of sugar, which is a little less than a teaspoon. You add a splash of club soda, 2 shots of bitters. Okay, you muddle that all together. Now, you could use a muddler if you have one. If you don't freak the fuck out. The back of a spoon works good, too. So you want to muddle that all together until the sugar is dissolved, okay? Once that happens, you add some ice, and then you fill it with 2 fingers of your favorite whiskey, bourbon, whatever. But instead of that, I went with a spiced rum. Now, any spiced rum really will work on this. I went with Captain Morgan's. I tend to like Captain Morgan's when I do drink rum. But Kraken is good. There's a lot of good brands out there. Kraken, Sailor Jerry, Cruzon, Goslings. You get the Appleton Estates. You get the idea. There's some good rums out there. So I figured this is a nice little segue into the fall since the summer's starting to wind down. Labor Day weekend's coming up, So I figured this is a nice little segue into that. A little bit of fall, a little bit of summer, all wrapped up into one drink. So try it out. Azalu, the drink up and be somebody. You know what? That's kind of nice. Actually, you know what? This might make a reappearance around Christmas time. That kind of tastes like the holidays in a glass. Okay? Yeah, the orange, the cherry. Now, typically, like I said, I'm not a big rum drinker because it's sweet, and I don't really like sweet cocktails. But the bitters sort of balance it out a little bit, gives it a little bit more character. And I got to tell you, that's pretty good. But be careful with these because it'll sneak up on you. Woo! Okay, that'll put a little fucking lead in your pencil. So, like I said, it's been a week. First of all, if you're checking out the shirt, check that out. Okay? Okay, that's the theme of today's show. I'd love a mean tweet and $1.79 gas, and you'll see why in a minute, kids. So, I started the week out, with last weekend was your fucking washout. I was actually in the mood for and I don't normally do this during the week. Usually I save my carbohydrates for the weekend, but last Tuesday I was in the mood for fucking pizza. And not just any pizza. L&B Spumoni Gardens. That's right, I went back to the old neighborhood. I went back to fucking Brooklyn. Let me tell you something. So it's a Tuesday night. It's about 7 o'clock, 7:30. I figured, now I'm like 20 minutes from fucking Bensonhurst, door to door, right? I figured, how fucking long could it take me to go get a couple of slices from L&B's, right? Holy shit, the fucking traffic on the Belt Parkway on a Tuesday night was not to be fucking believed. But where are these people coming from? That's what I want to know, okay? So, it took me about an hour and a half to go from my house to fucking, to 86th Street in Brooklyn. I mean, and then, of course, finding parking over there is fucking ridiculous. I had to drive around a block, park on Avenue U. So, bottom line, it took me longer to get there and park than it took me to fucking, scoff 2 square slices down. But let me tell you something. Take a look at this. I mean, they're worth the fucking trip. L&B is known for their square slices, which any place else would be a Sicilian pie. This is kind of like an inside-out Sicilian. So first of all, it looks heavy. It's like a thick slice. It looks but it's not. I don't know what the fuck they do to their dough. They must proof it 4 or 5 times because it's so fucking light and crispy. It's not to be fucking believed, okay? So what they do is they par cook the crust. Then they pull it out of the oven. They put the cheese down first. They put it back in. They cook it again. They pull it out, and then they sauce it, blast it, and then put some Parmesan cheese, blast it real quick in the oven. It's like a fucking process watching these guys. It's insane. But let me tell you something. It is probably one of the best fucking pizzas you'll ever eat. So if you're ever in a neighborhood, anywhere around here, get your ass over to L&B Spumoni Gardens on 86th Street, Gravesend, Brooklyn. You tell them Tommy G sent you. They'll take good care of you. Listen, you come for the pizza, you stay for the spumoni, which is what I did, So that was my little treat. It was nice going back to the old neighborhood. I'm not going to lie. I went past my old house. It was, a little nostalgic. But I got to tell you, the fucking neighborhood changed, man. Brooklyn ain't the same no more. I mean, a lot of Chinese people running around. There's a little park right off of, right off of Stillwell Avenue that we used to hang out and drink, smoke cigarettes, that type of shit. So, it was always a couple of fucking goombas knocking around over there. So I drive past it, and there was some Chinese people doing fucking Tai Chi in the middle of the park on a fucking Tuesday night. All in their masks, by the way. All in their masks. I think they were the only ones in masks in Brooklyn, to be honest with you. I know what you're thinking. Did I get carded? They asked me for my vaccination thing. Did I have to wear a mask? No. I walked in. Now, granted, most of L&B is outside, but nobody asked me for no ID. Nobody asked me for no vaccination card or a mask. It's Brooklyn. We're normal over there. But like I said, if you're in the neighborhood, go check it out if you've never been there. Now, they also make regular pizza. Truthfully, I've never had it. They also have a restaurant there, and I hear the food is good. I've never eaten it. I can't make it past the fucking pizza window when I go. It took all the willpower I had in the world to not order an entire pie, because I would have fucking housed it before I even got, halfway down at Belt Parkway on the way home. Speaking of masks, I go to Dunkin' Donuts this morning. And the manager of the place, I'm friendly with the guy. He's a nice guy, a little Indian fella, Raj, his name. And this guy, I swear to God, he's got 2 fucking masks on every time I go. Now, he's got one mask underneath. It's one of those like K95 deals. And then he puts a cloth Dunkin' Donuts mask over it. Now, Dunkin' Donuts has these fucking these baseball masks. You got the Mets, the Yankees, so they have the logo on one side and the Dunkin' Donuts logo on the other side. And every fucking day, this guy walked in there, he's got either a Yankees mask on or a Mets mask on, but it's upside down. It drives me fucking crazy. Like, the whole... I said, what is wrong with you? Why is your fucking mask upside down? I don't know what he's doing under there, because his glasses are this big, then he's got a hat, and then he's got the mask, and his ears are all shot and squashed. I mean, I don't understand. Listen, first of all, you know what's going to happen? Everybody's ears are going to be fucked up because of these masks. Okay? So everyone's going to have cauliflower ear, and they're all going to be fucking chinless, because apparently that seems to be a COVID side effect. Everybody's chins are falling off, and their ears are going to all be fucked up. Okay? By the time this whole Wu flu is fucking done. There we go. Wednesday night, it was the end of the fucking world. We had some kind of maelstrom of a fucking torrential rainstorm. We got the storm on Wednesday that we were supposed to get last weekend. Remember last weekend they said, hurricane this and hurricane that. It was Hurricane Henri, right? There wasn't even a fucking breeze. Friday, Saturday, all it did was rain a little bit. It was cloudy and shitty, but there was no real fucking anything. We got that on Wednesday, and you listen to the weather guy on Wednesday, just said, rain. It was like the end of the fucking world. The whole North Shore of New York got blasted. Okay, so flooding everywhere. It was insane. Then the kids go back to school on Thursday. Which, that makes no fucking sense to me, okay? So get this shit. So school starts Thursday, right? You got Labor Day weekend coming up, and then I think it's Rosh Hashanah right after, Rosh Hashanah, whatever the fuck it is. So the kids are going to go to school Thursday, Friday, right? Then they're off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because it's a holiday. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, because it's Russia home. And then go back to school Thursday, Friday. So how the fuck does this make sense? Okay? They couldn't start school next week. They got to go back Thursday. Okay? They're going to learn something special in 2 fucking days. Half of these kids are fucking illiterate from last year. What's another 2 fucking days at this point? All right? How the fuck does that make sense? I don't understand. You got Labor Day weekend coming up, which, by the way, for those of you that haven't caught the memo about Labor Day weekend is the unofficial end of summer. Okay? I mean, yeah, on the calendar it says summer ends on September 22nd, but Labor Day weekend is pretty much, your last call. Okay? That's it. Fat Lady sung. It's over, Johnny. Anything after that, you're in fucking denial. Okay? Listen, I do it myself. I get it. When the summer winds down, you start getting that little, depressed feeling, oh, God, the summer, it's over, it went so fast, and I'll say it, my summer was shit, because, I spent half the fucking summer in a goddamn cast in a boot, couldn't do shit, and then when it came off, it fucking rained every goddamn weekend. So, yeah, I get it, all right, I understand. There's always next year. I feel like a Brooklyn Dodger, okay? But that's it. Summer's over after Monday. Anything after that, you're in denial. Once the fucking lifeguards go home, that's the official end of summer in my book. Okay, so all you stragglers that are still going to the beach at the end of September and October, and listen, I'll probably be one of them. Okay, I'm putting myself in the same fucking category as you guys. So, but we're all in denial. Okay, I get it. But then the fall starts coming around. I like the fall. It's nice. Good things happen in the fall. Halloween. My birthday, and the holidays fucking start, and you want to kill yourself. But we got a little time before we get there, even though it's around the corner. But now you can, after Labor Day, have all the fucking pumpkin spice shit you want. All right? So, you got Labor Day, rain, the Taliban. Look out, kids. I'm coming in hot now, baby. All right? So, next stop in the Friday wrap-up, your new segment, the Hokel Hoedown. Na salud. So, our illustrious governor, Kathy Hochul, spent her first official week as governor of New York State trying to figure out the fucking New York City subway system. Okay? Apparently, it went offline, I think, Monday for 4 to 5 hours, and she's vowing to get to the bottom of it. Okay? Really? Really? Aren't there more important things that you should be concerning yourself with right now? Okay? What are you, fucking Mussolini? You gonna make the goddamn trains run on time? Seriously? This is what you're worried about your first week on the job, you owe her? Okay? I mean, who fucking cares? This is New York. The subways malfunction on a daily fucking basis in 43 fucking years. I don't ever think once the subway works right. Okay? It's part of the experience of being a fucking New Yorker. Okay? Thursday, the subways were underwater after all that fucking rain, right? So, mind you, half of New York was flooded. People died in their basements and shit, which I don't understand how. Okay? And she goes on TV. There she is on television with her fucking wrinkled vagina neck talking about the trains again and wondering how they flooded. I mean, she's wondering how did they flood, and she's gonna find out. She's gonna get to the bottom of that. Oh, what are you gonna do? You gonna put on a snorkel and go deep sea diving with the fucking homeless people and the rats? Okay, I can tell you how it flooded. The subway system is below ground. So here, the streets in New York flooded. Guess where the water goes? Down. All right, it's okay. Those dirty fucking homeless people needed a bath anyway. That's how you clean things up down there in the subway. You need a little flooding from time to time. It went away. There's drains. Okay? Go find something fucking constructive to do. At least Cuomo, by this time, was just rubbing his face and his hands on everybody's tits. I never thought I'd fucking ever hear myself say that. Speaking of Cuomo, give you a little Cuomo update. Okay, so apparently the former Governor Nostrils has been splitting his time between crashing between his sister's house in Westchester and his friend Dr. Jeffrey Sachs' house in Southampton. Nice life this guy has. Yeah, fun fact about his sister that I recently found out. I didn't know this. She's married to the clothing designer Kenneth Cole. Okay? I mean, you'd think he'd tell his stupid brother-in-law to lose the fucking cargo pants and dress a little bit better, a little bit more suave. Maybe next time, if you dress nice, maybe next time you harass somebody, they won't fucking complain so much, okay? Because you won't look like some creepy dad. Holy shit. So he's bouncing back and forth between Westchester and the Hamptons. Nice life. Rent-free, by the way, because he still hasn't bought anything or paid rent or anything. I mean, can you imagine how fucking horrifying it would be to see this big chooch lurking around the fucking Hamptons? I mean, listen, talk about unsafe beach conditions. My God, not only do you got to worry about sharks, but now you got to worry about this. You got to be on the lookout for Cuomo, wandering around the beach in his fucking Speedos and his nipple rings, armed with a bottle of sunscreen, looking to pounce, and give some poor unsuspecting Hamptons women a misunderstood lotioning. Cara mia. He reminds me of that guy from that. You ever seen the movie Euro Trip? I mean, I know it's a throwback movie from like the fucking 90s when movies were actually funny, and there's a bunch of kids on a train on a Euro Trip, and every time the light, there was an Italian guy on the train, and every time the lights went out, he would jump on some kid and start fucking like fondling her. Mi scusi. If you haven't seen it, you're uncultured. You should go fucking look. Stream it. I'm sure it's on like Amazon or Netflix or some shit like that. Unfortunately, I don't really have any COVID special reports this week. Nothing new is happening in that front, but I do have another Biden blunder. Okay, so after the Afghanistan withdrawal, you knew I was going to talk about it. I mean, some of you were probably like foaming at the mouth all week going, oh my God, what's he going to say? Well, get ready, kids. Here it comes. So we officially left Afghanistan, and we left it in the hands of the Taliban on Monday afternoon. And then this senile old fuck that likes to pretend to be president came on TV and called this entire clusterfuck a success. Okay? Because they evacuated 150,000 people, most of which were fucking Afghans. By the way, that weren't vetted. Okay? Oh, wait. Okay? Then he proceeded to defend his unbelievable fucking stupidity, which you don't typically do if you pat yourself on the back. And then yelled at the American people for 45 fucking minutes like a cranky old man whose lawn you just ran over with your fucking bicycle. Okay? Well, let me just tell you why it wasn't a fucking success. Okay? Because I'm here to point these things out for you. A, when something is successful, you don't have to evacuate in haste or leave when a bunch of fucking terrorists tell you to. Okay? Usually you're calling the shots there. Okay? So the correct way to do this, which doesn't require much thinking, at least not for you and I, was to get everyone out safely first. Americans, Afghan allies, the whole kit and caboodle. You get them out first. Okay? Then you move the equipment, and then you pull the troops last. Look, I don't disagree with leaving Afghanistan. I agreed with it when Trump said it, okay? Because let's understand something. This was not Biden's idea. This was Donald Trump's idea, okay? If it was up to Joe Biden, he'd still be there. Don't kid yourselves, okay? Because when he was part of the Obama administration, they had no fucking problem staying there, even after they whacked fucking bin Laden, okay? We've been there way too long. So I had no problem with withdrawing. And if they would have stuck to Trump's plan, okay, which was based on certain ground conditions and stuff like that, and the fact that they were terrified of Donald Trump, we would have been fine. But the way Biden did it was the equivalent of putting a condom on after you knock the broad up, okay? That's like you pull out, and then, oh, you're pregnant? Here, let me put a rubber on. That's pretty much what the fuck he did here. Okay, that's what they should have called this. Operation Condom After Pregnancy. Okay? Jesus Christ. B, no one, not in this country or any other country, seems to share Biden's sentiment of this being successful, except for three fucking moron generals who are trying to save their asses, who a week ago were more concerned about wokeness in the military than what the fuck was going on in Afghanistan. Okay? So, wait. One correction, that the Taliban find this to be a success because they were celebrating in the streets that they won because they kicked America out of their fucking country. How fucking embarrassing. Okay? C. We left $90 billion. $90 billion in military equipment behind. Okay? That was paid for by the fucking taxpayers. That's our money over there. I hate to, burst your bubble. All right? It consisted of a fleet of Humvees, a few hundred Black Hawk attack choppers, a few transport helicopters. I forgot the model number. Okay? The Navy days escaped me. A few tanks and about 400,000 guns. Okay? Let me say that again. We just gave a bunch of psychotic, American-hating killers an entire fucking military, including air support. We gave them an Air Force. They didn't have one. Okay? They're going to be shooting us with our own fucking guns. This is definitely not winning. All right? And Biden and friends act like, no big deal. Yeah, they popped a few tires on the Humvees. They go, that's not operational. Yeah, there was fucking 200,000 of these fucking things. I mean, there was an entire fleet. All right? Holy shit. So, let me just put this in perspective for you. These are the same gun control assholes that want to take our guns away, but yet they gave 400,000 assault rifles to a bunch of fucking terrorists. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay? And then you want to come back and say, the gun violence in America. Really? Son of a bitches. Okay? Holy shit. D. He left hundreds of Americans at the gate in Kabul. I mean, he even says, we got 90% of the Americans that wanted to get out. Yeah, but there was still 10% left at the gate banging on the fucking door. Wait for us. Okay? Now, they're not giving an exact number, so which means, it's a lot higher than what they think it is. So they think it could be from 100 to 200 people. The media is saying it could be more closer to 500 to 1,000. So you got to, I don't know what the real number is, but even if it's one American, that's one too many. Okay? Now, what the fuck they're doing over there, I don't know. They could have been, independent contractors, civilian contractors. Some of them are journalists, all right? Some of them are allies. And here's the part that really fucking just twists the knife. Because he went on TV. He did an interview with fucking Stephanopoulos. And he promised the American people that he wouldn't leave them behind. He fucking lied. This fucking cheating piece of shit. Okay? Lied, looked at the American people with his all folksy bullshit, and then fucking lied through his teeth. Okay? That's not very successful. Especially when every clip of this fuckface talking, he always ends with, America doesn't leave people behind. Yeah? Because that's exactly what you did. When push came to shove, you fucking ran. You think Trump would have done that? Nope. Not my pal. Okay? So, he even left. There was one person who was an Afghani ally, who was an interpreter that he left behind, who actually saved Biden's miserable fucking garbage life. When Joe Biden was a senator, him and that other fucking horse-face John Kerry went over to Afghanistan. For what fucking reason, I don't know. And they got stranded on a fucking mountain behind enemy lines in a snowstorm. Apparently it snows in Afghanistan. So they couldn't get him out. Okay, I think the chopper went down. I don't remember exactly what the deal was, but they couldn't get them out. But this interpreter knew the mountain region, so he takes a strike force of fucking commandos and goes up the fucking mountain to save Biden and Kerry, who would have ended up being fucking Taliban hostages, okay, and bring them back. So he saves their life. This son of a bitch president leaves him there. The guy's on TV begging, please, I helped you out once. Save me, save my wife, save my children. Okay? And what does Biden do? Fucking crickets. Okay? We got 90% out. Go fuck yourself, you son of a bitch. Okay? And E, fine. Listen, I can keep going. I mean, but I want to keep this show under fucking 3 days long. Plus, the news does all the fill-in for me. I mean, you should check out the quid pro quo with Joe and the Afghani president. That's a whole other fucking topic, maybe next week. So I'm just going to hit the highlights. Lastly, more important, he got 13 servicemen and women unnecessarily fucking killed. Okay? We didn't have that many casualties when Trump was president. Matter of fact, nobody died in the last year. This son of a bitch got 13 servicemen and women unnecessarily killed because he bungled this whole fucking operation. Okay? And then, to make matters worse, all right, as they're bringing the caskets off the plane, he's standing there looking at his watch. He must have looked at his watch 4 or 5 times. Matter of fact, they interviewed some of the Gold Star families. And one father goes, I stood there watching him check his fucking watch, and I turned around to my wife and says, if he does it one more time. You know, listen, that has to be the most fucking disrespectful thing that any president has ever done. This guy just doesn't care. I mean, what are you, in a fucking hurry? What are you checking your fucking watch for? What was it, time for your Metamucil, Joe? Let me tell you something. You see, these are the things that I think about, because when I was a kid coming out of high school, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into the military. Matter of fact, I got into the Naval Academy. I was 4F because of my hand, so I wasn't able to go. And I think about this. Everything happens for a fucking reason. I say, if I would have went in, I would have went in as a career officer. I would have been there. And then I think of, like, what would happen if I got, killed in the line of duty. I mean, all I kept thinking is, as I'm watching this, is if that was my body being brought off the plane, and my father stood there watching this guy check his fucking watch, my old man would be in custody right now, because he would have walked across the tarmac and smacked the fuck out of Joe Biden. No Secret Service, no military would have been able to stop that ox. So I understand where these Gold Star families are coming. Not personally. I mean, your kid died. I mean, who could understand it? But I mean, I could see the aggravation, the rage on their faces as they're talking about it. And then he spoke to 1 or 2 of the parents that actually listened, gave him a fucking opportunity to talk. And all he did was talk about his own kid. So this guy doesn't give a fuck that he got 13 service people fucking killed. That's the kind of shit that drives me up a motherfucking wall. Okay? So, he's a disrespectful piece of shit. Listen, if you voted for this cocksucker, okay, or you still support him in any way, then you're an accessory to fucking manslaughter. Okay? You're a fucking murderer too. That's right. I said it. Okay? Okay? Listen, actions have consequences, Cupcake. All right? So, and then you get all these piece of shit fucking celebrities like De Niro and Springsteen and Oprah and all the rest of them, okay, that all supported Biden. You know what? Fucking blood is on their hands too. Let me see these assholes do something to honor the fallen 13 to make themselves feel better. Because I can't understand any Gold Star family that would even put up with this kind of nonsense or this hypocrisy. Okay? It's bullshit. Bullshit. None of this would have happened under Trump. I'll keep fucking saying it. Okay? It's only been 8 months, and it feels like fucking 10 years with this son of a bitch. This guy has gotten absolutely nothing right since he's taken office. In 8 months, he's fucked this country up beyond fucking belief. Okay? I mean, he destroyed the economy. Inflation is out of control. He killed our energy independence and then awarded oil contracts to fucking Russia and Saudi Arabia, okay? He created a shitstorm at the fucking border, okay? And as a result of that, you got COVID cases spiking up all along the southern border, okay? Which are going to creep up over here too, don't worry. All right, so fuck that part up too. He ruined our credibility on the national stage with our allies and made us look as weak and as feeble as he is to our enemies. He's absolutely fucking jeopardized the safety of our nation and our people. And that's just in 8 fucking months. Okay? We still got 3+ years left with this asshole. May God have mercy on our souls. Okay? I mean, listen, Obama was right. I hate to say it, never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. Okay? There's only one thing that can save us in 3 years. That's right. A mean tweet doesn't sound too bad right now, does it? Okay? I'll take a mean tweet and $1.79 gas over this bullshit any fucking day of the week, baby. So, that's your Biden blunder. I need to wet my whistle here. Speaking of whistles, one of the best kind of whistle sound in the world is a train whistle. So you know what that means, kids. Get your tickets out. It's time to hop aboard the magical, mystical, fun little train ride to Crazy Town. Open! Crazy Train's leaving the station. Woo-hoo! Okay, first stop, Belgium. Antwerp Zoo. A woman named Addie Timmermans, who claims to have been having an emotional affair with a chimp named Cheetah, was asked by the zoo to either change her behavior or be banned from the zoo for life. But what is it with these fucking old broads and chimps? I don't understand, okay? Did you learn anything from Travis? Okay? So, how the fuck do you have an emotional affair with a chimp? Because that's what she said. She's having an emotional affair with the chimp. She goes every day for the last 4 years, okay? I mean, what was she doing? Pressing her nipples against the fucking glass? She's old. She's like in a fucking, she's pushing 60, okay? Or she's spreading her legs and rubbing one out in front of him, and the chimp's going fuck a while. Could you imagine this shit? So, whatever the fuck she was doing, the zoo had to ask her to stop, okay? And this isn't Europe, okay? They're all a little kinky over there to begin with. You know, so that's verboten. Please stop that. What you're doing in front of the chimp, I don't like it. Anything that you're doing, you must stop. Imagine you're in fucking Belgium and someone's telling you you're behaving a little inappropriately. So God only knows what the fuck this broad was doing. Next stop, New York City. So, some fuckstick, probably Mayor Muppet-heads, thought it would be a good idea to put a 110-foot Ferris wheel right in the heart of fucking Times Square. Okay? Apparently this thing's open till September 12th. Crime Central, let's put an amusement ride over there. That's a good idea. So, why? So you can get shot easier? They have they got a target that they can hit now? The purpose of the Ferris wheel is it's said to provide a sprawling view of the city. Take a look at this picture. You're in between two Times Square, which is 254 feet high, and 1585 fucking Broadway, which is 685 feet high. So what the fuck are you gonna see in between these two buildings? Okay? What are you gonna say? You're gonna see the fucking heroin dealer that was trying to sell you smack while you were waiting online for this stupid fucking thing? Okay? Or you're gonna see some homeless guy taking a piss on a transformer who's trying to fleece some Asian tourists for a fucking picture? What are you gonna say in Times Square? Holy fucking shit. I swear to God, everybody's fucking dumb. Next stop, Florida. This story I liked. Okay? So a Florida restaurant owner in DeBarry, Florida, named Angie Ugarte, owner of the DeBarry Diner, posted a sign on her front door telling Biden supporters to take their business elsewhere. I want to go down to Florida, find this woman, and give her a fucking kiss right on the mouth. Okay? Now, the reason she did this, obviously, because of the fucking debacle that this son of a bitch caused, but a lot of her customers are veterans. And then after this whole Afghanistan fucking debacle, this woman had had enough and put this sign up. Now, she's catching flack from, of course, Biden's, all these liberal Democrats that go, oh, that's offensive, I don't like this. And she could give a shit less. She was like, hey, get the fuck out of here. Because you know something? They did the same thing with Trump supporters. Like, if I was wearing this T-shirt and I walked into some place out east or whatever, one of these fucking liberal towns, I guarantee you I'd be refused service and I'd have to do 25 to life because I'd put somebody's head through a fucking wall. Okay? When I wear my MAGA hat, people like to fucking start problems with me. Okay? But that's okay. If you're a Trump supporter and you get refused service or whatever, you get persecuted, that's fine. But if you do it to a Biden supporter, holy shit, what a fucking issue that becomes. So I give this woman, a lot of credit. I tip my hat to her. Here, Angie, azaluda, sweetheart. Good for you. I guarantee you this woman's business will quadruple. I mean, seriously, I'm ready to jump on a bike, ride down to wherever this fucking place is in Florida, go in there for a fucking burger. I don't even give a shit if it's good. All right? Next stop, Louisiana, New Orleans. One of my favorite cities in the world. You all know that. Okay, so Hurricane Ida has decimated New Orleans again. All right, they said it was so bad that it reversed the course on the Mississippi River, which has happened before. What that means is shrimp. The price of shrimp is going to go up because it probably killed the shrimping industry for the next couple of months. But so it ravaged the city, left it flooded without power, the whole nine. It's almost like Hurricane Katrina all over again, just not as bad because the levees didn't break. But the city's pretty fucked up. So what do some of the good people of New Orleans decide to do in the state of Louisiana in the middle of this crisis? They start fucking looting the stores. Not the upstanding people, mind you, okay? Just to clarify that. They start looting the fucking stores. But what are you gonna do with a waterlogged television? Is that your fucking priority right now? Okay? Yeah, and then they wonder why the jails are full. And of course, the mayor of New Orleans refuses to, because she's liberal, refuses to act upon this and actually enforce the fucking law right now, okay? She told the cops to stand down. Yeah. Listen, the cops in New Orleans are fucking head crackers. I've seen it. I mean, some of them are more crooked than the fucking criminals, but, she told them to stand down. So, and as far as the insurance goes in Louisiana's an at-will state, so better than 50% is uninsured. So good luck. Next stop, California, San Francisco. Well, they're borrowing an idea from Mayor Muppet Hands, or they watched the show last week and they heard me talk about it and thought it was a good fucking idea. Which, just for the record, I didn't think it was a good idea. Just so you know, okay. So they're going to pay. Like Muppet Hands was talking about doing this. These fucksticks are actually going to do it. Okay, so they're going to pay people, violent criminals, to not shoot people. They're actually putting this into place. Okay. Motherfucker, how the hell do I sign up for this shit? I'm on the first plane to fucking San Francisco. Motherfucker, don't be fucking around and be late with my check, or I'm going to start shooting motherfuckers in the ass. You know what I'm saying? All up in the ass. That's right. Pop's going to make some money, baby. Yeah, that's right, Pops. Well, if you want, I'll drive you to the airport. You let me know how that works out. That's right, motherfucker. I don't even need to pay for the plane. I'll fit in the overhead shit. That's right. I'm out. Listen, you know what? If he makes some money doing it, maybe I should move to San Francisco, collect a few bucks, and come back to New York. You know what I mean? So, your sports update. Major League Baseball, Yankees are still in second place. I don't fucking know how, but they're still in second place. And so are the Phillies, holding the Braves off the first, but yeah, the Phillies are doing okay. And, of course, the Mets are still in third. I know. Finally, the world is starting to right itself, at least when it comes to baseball. And here's my favorite part. The Mets have now started booing their fans. You can't make this shit up. The other night, Francisco Lindor cracks a fucking home run, and as he's rounding the base, he starts booing the fans. I couldn't fucking believe it. Now... I guess he was tired of getting booed, but I'm gonna side with you guys for once. Okay, I wouldn't stand for that if I was a Mets fan. You guys ain't wrong. I'd be booing too. Okay, they were in first place all fucking year. Then when it gets time to when it comes down to actually meaning something, they fucking collapse and fall to third. No shot. Okay, so you guys ain't wrong. I mean, listen, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Being a Mets fan. It's like being in an abusive relationship with a fucking alcoholic, okay? Not just with an alkie, okay? So, I mean, when they're on the wagon, they're all nice and sweet, and they're in first place, and then they fall off the fucking wagon, and they come kick you in the fucking teeth and tell you it's your fault by pulling. So they find Francisco Lindor. The owner of the Mets says, we're not going to stand for that. Of course, the fucking fans are your bread and butter. You start booing the fans, that's it. I mean, listen, if you're a fucking Mets fan still, just give it up, Johnny. It's over, baby. Come on, just call it a day. All right, so your lineup this week, and Yankees are playing the Orioles tonight, Phillies are playing the Marlins, and the Mets are playing the Nats. Good luck. Okay, let's talk a little NFL. Well, your preseason is over. Okay, next week starts your regular season. The Giants announced that they will be retiring Michael Strahan's jersey this season, so that's cool. So they're retiring Manning's jersey and Strahan. And let's talk a little college football. All right, so Saturday, your NCAA football lineup. My Syracuse Orange, I'm an honorary alumni, and they're playing Ohio. I think the Ohio Bobcats, not Ohio State, but the other college in Ohio. I think it's the Bobcats. So that's Saturday, I think at 2. So if you're feeling a little frisky, you need a little football fix this weekend, there you go. Watch. Usually Syracuse's first game of the season is usually good. And then they fucking fall apart after that. You know, Syracuse is not known for their football. I mean, at one point they were pretty good, but that was a long time ago. They're known more for basketball, but being a fan, I watch both. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. So, on What the Fuck Is That? We're going to talk about a misomaniac. You know, a misomaniac is someone that hates everyone and everything. So, yeah, that's me. You know, like, I mean, if you look at people and you instantly hate them, you know, you just can't stand anything that they're doing. You know, you hate everything that's going on. Okay, with reason. I didn't know this up until this week, but it was pointed out to me that there's an actual technical fucking term for this, misomaniac or misomaniac. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but that's what it is. So if you're like me, where you hate people, you hate everything, you hate all the kind of nonsense that's happening, you're a misomaniac. There you go. See? Now you have a fucking word. Your PSA for this week. Listen. Stupid parents. Okay? Yeah. Okay. I was at the beach Sunday. I went to see a band. It was last minute. Just what the fuck. You know, the sun finally came out. I said, let me get out of the house for a little bit. So, you know, I noticed things. And, you know, the beach is kind of family friendly, so people bring their kids. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But you know, this is why kids are all fucking nervous. They grow up to be these fucking nervous little fruits, and they're all fucked up in the head. It's the parents' fault, because your parents are stupid. Okay? Listen, I'm a little older than most of you. I grew up in a different generation. Our parents were fucking normal. Well, normal compared to what you have now. They were tough. They raised you right. Okay? They may not have always been parents of the year, but, you know, in hindsight, my folks could have done a hell of a lot worse. They did the right thing. So, first off, stop letting your kids dress like fucking Disney princesses all the time. Not every day's fucking Halloween, okay? If your kid is dressing like Cinderella and the Little Mermaid, dressing like a princess all the time, stop it. Walk up behind them, slap them in the fucking head, and say, put some clothes on that are normal, right? Okay? You're sending the wrong fucking message, especially if they're boys. I saw this and I had to avert my eyes because my blood pressure started to climb. Look, okay, kids live in a very confused time right now. Okay, you got companies like Disney and all kinds of people ramming all of this woke shit down everyone's throat. It's confusing the fuck out of kids. A 6-year-old does not know that they want to be a woman or a boy or what the fuck. It is what it is. Okay, so you know, first off, stop letting your kids pick out their own clothes. You give them a choice. You can pick out these 3 pairs of pants, these 3 shirts, and that's it. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. Okay? Matter of fact, I really didn't even get a fucking choice. Okay? It was a struggle because, I mean, my thing was, I pretty much dressed the same way I did when I was a kid. It's just the clothes cost more. You know? Sneakers, jeans, t-shirt, and usually a Yankee hat. You know, and I always wore it backwards, much to my mother's dismay. And it really hasn't changed much. But for the most part, I didn't really get a choice. I didn't get to, you know, pick what I wanted to wear. Here's what you're wearing today, that's that. It's pretty fucking simple, okay? So stop letting your kids express themselves, okay? They're fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. They don't need to express themselves. What are they, fucking Picasso? If your kid looks and he goes, I'd like to express myself, stop it, okay? Look, okay? I'm not from the school of timeouts. Giving a kid a timeout is useless. Okay, they're standing in the corner with their finger in their asshole, mocking you. Okay, they're not learning nothing. Okay, when you go, that's it. You go stand in the corner. You get a timeout, mister. That did nothing. I'm from the Immaculate Conception Church of giving your kid a good ass whooping. All right? That's what straightens it. Now listen, I'm not saying you bang the kid's head against the fucking radiator or nothing like that. You know, I mean, if you're putting cigarettes out on your kid's back, you got a problem. Don't do that. I mean, a couple of quick smacks in the ass, maybe a little shot upside the head. You don't have to take the belt off and whip the fuck out of him. That's a little excessive. Okay? Although some of us did grow up that way. Builds character. I get it. But, you know, a quick shot to the ass, a little smack upside the head does pretty much the same fucking thing. Far more effective than standing in the corner. One, it toughens them up. It builds fucking character so they don't turn into one of these mamby-pamby fuckfaces when they get older. Two, it teaches them how to stand up for themselves because at some point, they're going to grab your fucking hand. Okay? Usually when they were a little older. So that's good. Builds a little character. That's when you hit them with the other shot. But they learned that lesson later on in life. Okay? This whole stand in the corner and express yourself and no. You're not teaching your kids right. You're actually fucking them up. So now people like me have to deal with them when they get a little older and all I want to do is fucking murder them. Okay? And it's your fault as parents for being fucking dumb. I don't raise my kids like that. My nieces, my nephews, anybody. No. We toughen them up fast. Okay? When they do something stupid, we mock them. That's how they build character. Okay? That's how we came up, man. You know, look, I turned out just fine. Okay? So, I'm at the beach. And there was this kid. And I don't know how old he was. He maybe 9, 10 years old. And he runs past me. And at first, I didn't know what it was. Because his head was two-toned. Like, half of it was blonde, and the other half was regular color. And it was a boy, but he was dressed like a girl. And he runs past, and I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm looking, and I'm like, is that a boy? Is that a girl? I figured out it was a boy, but, like, who lets their fucking 10-year-old dress like that? Are you kidding me? I'd have been dead as a kid, even suggesting it as a joke. Okay, you want to make your hair two colors? Who fucking does this shit? If I had a son and he said, hey, Pop, you know, I want to wear these women's clothes today. When he comes to, after I knock him out, I'm going to say, no, he's a pair of Jordans or Timberlands, some jeans and a T-shirt and a fucking baseball cap. You want to be a fruit, come out like, you know, after college. Okay, that's fine. You know, hide it until, or figure out that's really what you want to do. Until you get to like college, when you're in your 30s and you want to come out, okay, fine. Go tell your mother, don't tell me. You got to lie in front of me. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Okay? That's just the way it is. Just stop. Stop letting them express themselves and dress however the fuck they want. You're confusing the fuck out of them. Okay? You're not helping them. Okay? And secondly, you know, you have to learn to say no. Okay, some parents don't like to tell. I've heard parents say, oh, you don't like to tell them no because it's negativity. What are you fucking retarded? Are you fucking retarded? They're little kids. They can't decide what's right, what's wrong, what's best, what's not. They're children. Their brains haven't fucking developed yet. Listen, some of these kids grow up in their 20s, their 30s, their brains haven't fucking developed yet. So here's what I mean. So I had to leave the beach area because the two-tone-headed kid was fucking annoying me. It was really like getting to the point where I was going to like stop this kid and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then what's wrong with your parents? So I figured, let me go up to the bar. So the band's playing, people are dancing, everyone's having a good time. And I'm just standing there enjoying my life, mocking the fuck out of everybody because I was surrounded by mutants. But there was these two parents behind me who really should not have procreated because they were too ugly too. One was fat and the other guy just... You know, he had a ponytail and he was just fucking looked like a roadie. He was just dirtbag. Anyhow, so they had these two kids. Kids are cute. And there's like, you know, like a counter, like not the bar area, but like a counter where people like put their food on, they rest their drinks, they lean on it. And the kid wanted to stand on the fucking thing. So the mother picks this kid up, puts him on the fucking, it's a counter. It's probably about maybe, I don't know, 5 feet off the fucking ground. So for a little kid, like a 3 or 4 year old kid, that's like falling off of a fucking skyscraper. So I'm watching this and I'm saying to myself, but what the fuck is wrong with this? And not even paying attention to the kid. Like it's one thing if you're going to hold them from like behind, stand there, watch. No, This fat fuck turns around and she's shoving a fucking cheeseburger into her face. This kid could have fallen backwards and killed himself. So now I'm watching this shit. I'm like, if this kid fucking falls off of this thing and breaks his neck, it's just gonna ruin everybody's fucking night. This selfish hoe and not even watching. So the bouncer, who looks like he just got out of fucking prison, he had more sense than the parents. He walks over to her and tells her, listen, you got to pull him off the thing. She said, he wanted to be up there. He's fine. He's, no, you don't understand. It's a rule. You can't stay on it. People put their food on it. He's a little kid. He can fall off, blah, blah, blah. All right, long story short, she tells the kid, okay, whatever the fuck you got to climb down. Not even to lift the kid off. So as the kid's trying to fucking climb, he falls. So I'm like, like you see this shit in slow motion. I just happened to turn as it was happening. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So the kid, the bouncer, reached out and grabbed him by his leg. I mean, the kid just bonked his head. But if the bouncer didn't grab him when he did, the kid would have broken his fucking neck the way he fell. No joke. And the husband backs up. He's fucking useless. And the wife's just trying to smother the kid and have fucking triple Z tits. And he's screaming and crying. And I just looked at the bouncer and we just both shook our heads. This is what I mean. Stop being stupid fucking parents. You should really have an IQ test given to you before you decide to procreate. Some of these people are just too fucking dumb to procreate. Just saying. Okay? So, weather is supposed to be nice this weekend, kids, so get those last summer kicks in. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Stay COVID-less. No mask. Don't ask. Haters can kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.